Hey, you all. More A Case of Living this morning, talking about not undoing what you have just manifested. Let's don't undo our manifesting, okay? So we talked about how if we let people into our energetic field who didn't believe in what we were manifesting, that would lower our frequency and pull us out of frequency. And therefore, it would undo what we were trying to manifest. It would cause chaotic energies, and we would end up self-sabotaging what we were doing. We would come out of frequency ourselves. We would stop believing ourselves. And so what we need to do is have people in our energetic field who actually do believe in us, who do believe in what we're trying to manifest. And so that's what we talked about this morning. We also talked about we all are really good at doing the meditation and getting ourselves in vibrational frequency, and then surrounding ourselves with the pink transcendent light and the white light and all the protections. But what we don't realize is that energy is always moving. And while those things are incredible, they can't protect us when we open our own field up. And we can't keep from opening our own field up because we are always in relationship. We are always operating with our points of energy transference, our chakras. We're always using our eyes. We're always using our throat chakras. We're always exchanging energy with someone or something. So there's always something coming in that can vacillate our frequency. So we have to control what that is. What comes in or what we let go out has everything to do with what frequency we stay in. We control that. We can put all the pink light around us we want to. But if we start spewing silly stuff out about negative things about ourselves, about how, well, maybe I can't do that, and da-da-da-da-da, well, before long, our frequency drops down, and guess what? We've unmanifested what we were manifesting. It's self-sabotage, folks. And all the pink light in the world around us won't keep us from doing that if we start using this chakra to do that. We've opened up that portal, and other energies cannot keep us from opening up portals ourselves. Nothing else can keep us from doing something with our own energy field. That is sovereignty of self. We control our own energy field. We can ask other things to come around and protect our energy field all we want to. Yes, it can protect us when we ask other dimensional energies to help us. But the second we start not helping ourselves, we've undone that. This isn't magical thinking. The energies that we have personified, angels, dragons, unicorns, all of these things, ascended masters, all of these things, they can only do what we are working with them to do. The moment we start working against them, they cannot do anything against what we are doing. We can ask them all day long to put pink light around us, to fortify us, et cetera, but when we turn on the television and we start putting the world's going to hell in a handbasket in, it's not long until we have lowered our vibrational frequency. If that tends to cause us to become depressed, if that tends to cause us to fall into, well, I don't believe that good things can happen to me, then we have opened a portal up. We have let into our energetic field lower frequency. We have pulled our own vibration down, and we've pulled ourselves out of the frequencies we needed to be in to maintain what we were trying to manifest. We did that to ourselves. And there's nothing that the other dimensional energies that were trying to help us, that wanted to help us, that we called in to help us, that were there to help us, that we attracted to help us, there is nothing they could do about that. So that's what we talked about earlier. And that leads us right into what I want to talk about now that I actually look presentable to talk about it, now that I haven't just gotten back from my walk. I want to talk about, this is the real reason why we don't talk about our manifesting too soon. It's not because we don't want to count our eggs before they've hatched. It's not any of those things. It's because we can tell someone about what we're trying to manifest, and perhaps they don't want us to manifest it. Like perhaps your parents don't want you to move out of state. They are absolutely, totally against it. They want you to live right there. As long as they're alive, they want you right there next to them. But everything in you is ready to move somewhere else. That job you really want is somewhere else. That career you really want is somewhere else. That whatever it is you want, it's somewhere else. So you're working on that. You're getting yourself in the frequency for it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And you've got it all lined up. And then you get so excited about it because you just know it's about to happen. And you run next door and you tell mom and dad, because that's the way it is. We tell our family everything. And then the next thing you know, the phone call comes in, it's all fell through. Why? Because that Nat is after me. because you opened your energetic frequency up to allowing other people to manifest against you. That is the honest to goodness truth. When we give too much information about what we're doing, other people's energies can be so strong about it. And if they know where to manifest to, they can send out so much energy about it that it actually can affect the manifesting. It's not because somebody with a magic chess set way up in a cloud somewhere is looking down and, well, I know they really wanted it, but it's going to break mom and dad's heart. So, well, it was going to be a rook over here and a pawn over here and a queen over here and a knight over here. But no, let's back that up and let's don't do that. And oh, sorry, you're not getting what you wanted. And, and checkmate. No, it's not like that at all. It's all about energy, protons, electrons, neutrons, and the way they work. You told them everything, all about it. And they've got 24/7 to sit and put all this energy, all this thought, sitting up at night, unable to sleep, ruminating about it, thinking intently with intent, energy, in motion, emotion about, oh my God, my baby's moving away, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I'm going to lose my baby, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And that's what goes out. So they pull up, they get ready to call you, and bam, that's the energy they get hit with. Now, do they cognizantly know, I can't hire this person, I can't move this person here, I can't bring them on for this project, I can't bring them into this great career they want, I can't whatever, because this is somebody's baby and I'm moving them away. No, that's not what they get. But something energetically is no longer in alignment and they feel it, because everything is energy. And so you have manifested against yourself by opening your energetic field up and letting other people into what you were doing. And their thoughts and feelings and emotions are so intense, and that reverberated out. It's butterfly effect. Everything is synergistic, okay? We have all of these chakras, folks, okay? And chakras are vortexes of energy, points of energy transference. And they're not within us. They're actually, I don't know, out from us a few feet, okay? And these points of energy transference are going all the time. And they are interconnected, all right? So that is how we are all interconnected to one another. And so when we are sending out vibrational frequencies about someone or something, these chakras are connected. So we are always connected to someone or something. We affect one another all the time. You think about someone, by golly, you're affecting them. Your energy vortex is lining up with their energy vortex. And how these things were resonating with one another affects what happens, whether or not you are in frequency, in alignment with one another, or whether or not you aren't. Now, you may have been in perfect alignment with them before, but now they're feeling the energy from mom and dad and half the county that they've talked to, that they're all in an uproar now because they've got on the phone and they've told every relative that lives on the same road that you grew up on that, oh my God, this can't happen. And can you believe they're doing this, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And now everybody's talking about it. And the person that you were in perfect alignment with, their chakra was turning with it and your chakra was turning with it. And it was all going great. And then all of a sudden they have put all this emotional energy at it, energy in motion against it. And all of a sudden, your person that was bringing you there for this project, they don't even know why, but all of a sudden their chakra and your chakra don't match anymore. And your manifestation that you have worked so hard on, and you don't even know what happened. Well, I went to mom and dad's and I told mom and dad it was a shoe-in. I just knew it was going to happen. And now I got to go tell them it didn't. Believe me, folks, I have done this I have self-sabotaged myself this way so many times in my life. I've done it recently. I have done this recently. I had no idea though that what I did was going to affect anyone in a way that they would unwittingly, I'm quite sure it was unwittingly, but that they unwittingly had such strong emotions about it that they manifested against it. But yeah, because we do it unwittingly too. It may be that outwardly the parents totally supported this, just totally support you. Yes, son, that's great. I know you always wanted to do that. Yeah, I'm 100% behind you. And they may not even allow themselves to admit it. They may never even speak it out loud, but we don't have to. You see, we can't fake the universe out. That's the other thing. Yeah, throat chakra stuff here. See, we can't fake the universe out. We can say what we want to say, but the universe knows. The throat chakra can be inauthentic, and the universe knows the rest of the energy going on. So mom and dad can say all day long, they can get on the phone all day long even and say, oh yeah, it's just great, I'm behind it 100%. But if their heart chakra is not in alignment with it, if their mind is, yeah, well, that's what I'm going to tell them because that's the right thing to say, but boy, I hope this doesn't happen. I'm praying this doesn't happen. Okay, I can't say that out loud, but it's how I really feel. Yada, yada, yada. The universe goes by authentic energy. It's conscious energy, and everything is energy. It's not about how you fake it out. It's really not somebody up there with a beard going, oh yeah, they tricked me. I didn't see that coming. It's protons, electrons, and neutrons, folks. It's conscious, it's aware, but it's not up there letting us fake it out. We can't, because it's universal law. It's sacred geometry. It's, yeah, I heard them say that, but that's not how it's whirling around. That vortex is not whirling the way to match the words they're saying. It doesn't line up. So they can say that all day long, but they're being inauthentic. Yeah. So you can tell somebody you love them all day long, but if everything in you is not saying that, if everything in you is not sending that energy out, if it's incongruent, yeah, the other chakras are not spinning the same way. And the universe is like, well, one chakra is spinning that way, the throat chakra. They're lying through their teeth. The universe isn't making that judgment against you either. Again, it's not someone sitting up there with a chessboard. Oh, there they go. Knock that one over. No one just told a lie. The universe doesn't judge us that way either. There is no judgment here, okay? It's protons, electrons, and neutrons. As soon as you get yourself into alignment, the universe is like, oh, now everything's in alignment. Now their throat chakra does match everything else. Yeah, see, there's no one up there saying, well, now they've quit lying like a dog. Nobody's making that judgment. And the truth is, you may not have known yourself, because we sometimes make ourselves say the right things when nothing in us feels the right thing, because that's what we should do. Well, no, we shouldn't. We should always be authentic. You see, what we need to do is we need to deal with our real feelings until we heal. We need to deal until we heal. So then we can be authentic, and the energies we're putting out aren't like, well, this vortex and this vortex are, but this vortex is not. Yeah, because that's what we are. We are a bunch of spinning vortexes sending out energy, points of energy transference with everything and everyone else. So if we are not in our authenticity, we are sending out chaotic butterfly effect, not getting what we want and keeping other people from getting what they want. It is in our authenticity that we want to manifest and that we want to interact with other people. Okay. All right. So that is what we want to do. When we deal with what we're feeling authentically and we remove those blockages, okay, why don't I want my child to move away? Well, what's true about the fact that I would never see them? What's true about the fact that it would change everything? What's true about the fact that I have the right to keep them here? What's true about the one? Why do I feel that way? Well, because I did it. They have to deal with all of that. Pull your energy out of that, release that, Move your energy to all the reasons why you should be in vibrational frequency, why this is what my child wants. This is what's for their best and highest good. Da, 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 da. Put yourself authentically in that vibrational frequency. Then all your chakras, the mind chakra, the throat chakra, the ear chakra, the eye chakra, heart chakra, every chakra. That doesn't mean that you're not going to have some sadness, that you're not going to kind of miss them. It doesn't mean that. But it does mean you do support them. You are behind them. Okay? We have to do this authentically, folks. But the main reason you don't tell somebody else what you're manifesting until you get it is so that doesn't happen. And believe me, folks, it happens. It really does happen. It has happened to me so many times. And I still haven't learned the lesson because I grew up in a family that you got excited about everything and you told everybody everything. Plus, I get excited about everything. And I'm a communicator. And so that's what I do, is I communicate. So I have decreased my circle to such a small circle that it's the people I'm manifesting all this stuff with anyway, for the most part. And so there's no danger of this. I have surrounded myself with people who are like-minded and they want from me what it is I am manifesting. So I can openly talk about it because that is who I am. I'm a communicator. I get excited. I'm bubbly. That is how I manifest, is by talking about being authentic and saying, this is what I'm feeling. This is what I'm thinking. This is what I'm doing. I need supported to do those things. That's what supports me. The best thing you can do to support me in something, there's nothing you really need to do. Just let me tell you about it. Let me tell you about it. Get excited with me. Say, yeah, I know you can do that. And man, I'm off. That is the best thing you can do for me, is tell me I can do it. Listen to me and tell me I can do it. And damn, I'm off and running. Yeah, shut me down though, not care that I'm doing it. And all of a sudden it's like, well, they don't believe in me. And then there I go. So I'm not around those people. I'm only around people who are just as excited and want to talk about the stuff as much as I do. And we talk about what we're doing all the time. And that is what we do for one another. Is I know everything they're doing, but not everything, you know what I'm saying? It's my hyperbole again, because I talk with a lot of hyperbole too. And the people I'm around, they know that. So I can say, I did that 14 times and they don't think I'm lying to them. They know it was probably twice, but it was more than once. So it was 14 times. And so the people I'm around, we are in alignment with one another. We're like-minded. And so we don't manifest against one another. Okay. So I can tell them that there are people I absolutely know not to tell. And it's not that they would manifest against me on purpose. But that gets me to the next thing. I can remember being in certain circles in my past lifetimes, and I do mean in this lifetime, the past things I've done in this lifetime. I could have been talking about the other, but I wasn't. And they would say, don't speak that over me. And oh my God, I would just come unglued, because reality was reality. Here goes my throat chakra, folks. I'm not good with that phrase. Don't speak that over me. I would get so bent out of shape because reality was reality. If you had a cold, you had a cold. You were sniffling, you were coughing, your eyes were watery, you had a cold. Nobody spoke that over you. Nobody was speaking it over you. If they looked at you and said, oh, you got a cold? I didn't cause you to have a cold. You're standing there with a cold. I didn't speak anything over you. So all of that aggravated me to no end. But had I been in a world where the level of consciousness was, mine and theirs and everyone else around us, that we knew we were energetic beings, and we knew that if what we were speaking and how we were speaking actually were vibrational frequencies, and that we were creating our reality by what we were saying because of that, if we had been taught that way, if it wasn't like we were somehow mumbo jumboing one another and well, you know, if you do that, you know, I'm not quite sure that'll work for you. Oh, don't speak that over me. Like I somehow was casting a spell on them or wishing them ill will or something. If it wasn't made personal, or if it wasn't made evil, or if it wasn't made, I don't know, something bad. But it was put on a personal level. It was put on a level of something that didn't even make sense. And so I rejected it flat out. Had it been put the way it really is, Don't send those protons, electrons, and neutrons out there. Don't get the energy vortexes going that way, because that will change my frequency and make it so, or it'll make the cold stay longer, or da 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 da. Let's change the vibrational frequency I'm in. Let's put me in a frequency of raising my immune system up. Let's get my thymus going. Let's get my high heart chakra going, so that I raise my immunity up and I whip this thing faster. If we had known all of that, oh my God, the things I would have manifested and the way I would have lived differently, but I didn't know. And they didn't know either. So do I get all bitter about all of that? No. It was all our levels of consciousness, whether some people knew or didn't know or whatever, whether they did it on purpose, whether it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Forgive it all, myself and them, and let it go. Pull my energy from that, and now use it all to stay in the vibrational frequency that I know to be true, to practice what I know to be true, and send light and love to all of it, and practice it myself first for me, because I know it's true, and because I want it in my life, and then it becomes the frequency I'm in. So I'm attracting it into my life, but it's also naturally what I'm putting out into others. So my vortexes are spinning that way. The people around me, their vortexes are spinning that way. And it's just the state of my beingness. It's authentically who I am. I don't have to work at it. I don't have to think about it all the time. It's authentically who I am. Okay? It's authentically who I am. This is why we want to first, true self-care and energy management starts with this. If we will identify, how do I want to be treated? And treat yourself that way first. You will get yourself into the vibrational frequency you're supposed to be in. You know how I teach you all that? Gratitude. The way to keep yourself in the vibrational frequency that you need to be in is, okay, not what am I grateful for, but what am I not grateful for? Because what you're not grateful for, that's the stuff you've manifested that you now don't need to have in your life, and you need to be moving your energetic bandwidth to something else. This works the same way. How do I want to be treated? That tells you what your wounds are. That tells you what you're sensitive about. That tells you what your triggers are. Well, let's take a minute here and let's make it all about me. It's kind of like when you're trying to figure out a gift for somebody, and the truth of the matter is you really go buy them what you would want, but that's not what they would want. Well, you're not in alignment with them when you do that. So, but what you really did, you went and bought the gift you wanted for yourself. Well, in this case, it works because we're talking about, we're aligning ourselves with the right people. It's not a gift we're giving somebody. We're aligning ourselves in the right frequency. Okay, so this is a gift I'm giving myself and the world, my authentic self. So how do I want to be treated? I want to be treated with respect. That's a trigger of mine. I have been disrespected so many times. I want to be liked. I have felt so disliked so many times. I want to be loved. Yeah. I know there are times in people that I thought would love me or should love me or did love me, and boy, they didn't. I want to be this. I want to be that. I want to feel confident in that. I want to feel successful at that. I don't want somebody to yell at me. No, I don't want that. I don't want to be yelled at. Had enough of that. I do not want to be put down. I do not. All those, I'm listing all of my triggers, folks. I'm listing all of my wounds. You look at yourself and you say, how do I want to be treated? And you start listing all the things, the way you want to be treated or the way you don't want to be treated. And you will discover all the wounds you need to heal from. And you start pulling your energy out of those wounds, raising your vibrational frequency up. Forgive all of it. Nothing you do about it now. It was their level of consciousness, whether it was intentional or not. Your level of consciousness, whether you had anything to do with it or not. It was what it was. Okay? Pull your energy to now and put yourself in that vibrational frequency. Okay, that's how I'm going to treat myself now. I'm going to respect myself. I'm never going to yell at myself and mentally, any of that stuff. Because, you know, we'll yell at ourselves sometimes. We'll be like, you dummy. And no, none of that. Okay. I'm going to I'm going to feel confident. I am confident. I know what I'm doing. Okay, I'm going to make sure I know what I'm doing. I'm going to learn how to do that before I get out there and do it. I'm going to make sure I know what I'm doing. I'm going to, all of those things. Yeah, okay, I want to look good. Okay, so I'm not going to do a video right after I've been walking. Okay, all of these things. I'm going to treat myself that way. That's true self-care. That is true self-love. All of these things that people tell you it is, it's not. That's what it is. You do that and you're practicing true self-care. And that is the first thing with energy management. And then you're putting that vibrational frequency out because that's the frequency you're authentically in. You're really doing that for yourself. And the frequency goes out. And then when you get around people and you start with a small group and you keep it small if you have to, if you speak with a lot of hyperbole and you like to tell people things and all of that, you keep it small if you have to. Whatever you need to do, okay? But you make sure that wherever you're putting the energy out, well, you don't have to be too sure about it because you're being authentic. That's the energy that naturally reverberates from you. It's not a lot of work. You're just being you. You have done true self-care. You've become authentically you. You're sovereign over yourself. And you're just being you. And it's reverberating out, positive butterfly effect. And what you get back, you're attracting in people who are attracted to those spinning vortexes, and they're spinning right in alignment with yours, and things are in alignment. And that's how we all have our beautiful lives we're supposed to have. So see, folks, manifesting and the fact that we're supposed to have beautiful lives and that we can make these choices and that it is conscious choices. The fact that it is doable, the fact that it is all energy management, the fact that it is about understanding our energy and working with our energy, the facts that meditating, that knowing yourself, that doing true self-care, all of these things that I teach, they're not magical thinking. They're real and they work. Now, are you ever going to get triggered again? You betcha. Because just like I identified that all of these things are your wounds, they're going to come back around. We only heal as deeply as we heal, as deep as the level of consciousness we're in at the time. And we're always getting into higher and higher, deeper and deeper levels of consciousness. And something will hit us or something will broadside us. We'll be tired or whatever. So we're not at our best energetically. And so something will hit us the wrong way. We will get triggered. But because we live authentically, because we do this all the time, we will recognize it faster than ever before. And we'll say, oh, I know what this is. And instead of spiraling downward or spiraling downward too far, we'll catch it. And we'll pull our energy out of it. We'll pull it to where we're at right now. We'll choose the frequency we want to be in. We'll get those vortexes lined up again in alignment with the life that we want, that we've built, that we've created, that we've manifested. The one that we're manifesting, the energy we put out to the universe and said, this or better, the consciously aware universe that operates under universal law, sacred geometry, not, well, didn't like how they did that. Checkmate. That's not how it works. It's all energy, folks. Neither bad nor good. Just energy. And as long as we're breathing and we live this way, we'll do it in great big capital letters. Now, let's don't mess up this manifesting we've been doing. Don't unmanifest what you've manifested. Let's keep all of this in mind. We've got this, folks. Okay? Have a great Sunday. Bye.